Manuela, you deplorable woman! I'm Hanneman, a professor at the Officers Academy. I heard tell of your recent exploits. I wish to express my thanks. Oh, and on another matter, do you possess a crest? Probably. Nah, I don't. I know practically nothing about crests, but I'm still pretty sure I'd know if I had one. Truly, you have never investigated the subject. People are not always aware of the power of their own crests, you know. They say 9 out of 10 dentists recommend them. Listen well now. Crests are a power that dwells in the blood, and they are passed down through the generations from parent to child. Those with crests may excel at magic, or perhaps have the ability to wield powerful weapons known as heroes' relics. If you were to come to my residence at the monastery, I could take the time to conduct a full investigation if you like. Yeah, or by eating gods. That's another way to get a crest in this world. Dentist recommended crest. You're clipping that. That's a joke that I made many times during the Three Houses playthrough. But considering the Three Houses playthrough is like over 300 hours long, I would have no idea where in the Three Houses playthrough I made that joke anymore. Like, I'm sure I did it a few times, but it's just somewhere randomly in the mix of like 300 hours. So I mean. I've healed so many people today that I never want to look at a bandage again. Ah, and who do we have here? No, wait, don't say. Let me guess. You are a brave vagabond knight who appeared to boldly protect me from those brigands earlier. Roll with it. Right on. Oh yeah, that's me alright. Oh, and the name's Harmonia, by the way. Man, it's so weird playing a game in this universe and having a protagonist who speaks. And a Byleth who speaks. You are very kind to go along with my little cheap.
Oh, hi.
Well then, I'm Manuela, a professor at the Officers Academy, a doctor, and also a songstress of a world-renowned opera company. So I have worked myself to the very bone today, so right now I'm merely a sad and lonesome woman. Interesting. Dentist, I see the clip there. But yeah, I guess one of us would have to binge your entire playthrough and find them that way. Yeah, maybe. That's a play here. But yeah, probably brand new considering their Patreon got. Yeah, I assume that the hero here has a crest that hasn't been seen yet in the. Okay, before I speak to anyone else, we gotta speak to Ferdinand Vaughn Ire.
Look who has arrived.
Look who has arrived. Well, after we had that little skirmish in the Triangle Strategy playthrough in the Rosellan village, it seems we're back here. The mercenary who cut down the leader of those thieves. I must say, that was quite the capable display you put on back there. And in that Triangle Strategy playthrough. I am Ferdinand Vaughn Ire, legitimate scion of the Ire family, the foremost house of the Empire. I'll play along. Yeah, I think I've heard of you. You're one of the Empire's big movers, right?
What?
You think you have heard of us? Why, I never. Now, see here, my sellsword friend. We are House Ire, proud eagles of the Empire.
I am on it.
Clearly, I must work harder as a beacon to the common folk so they might cry my name, so that they might cry the name of my family, from one end of the continent to the other. Does this have a split screen quote? That's a good question. I actually don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that question.
Please be listening. Listen.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am finding you to be quite fascinating. Give your name.
Right on.
Oh, sweet. Lots of affinity there. Hey there, I'm Harmonia. I'm technically a mercenary, though I guess right now I'm kinda just a drifter.
That has much difficulty.
I do not have understanding. Where are you drifting to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Through the world? You know, just sort of kicking around with no real end goal.
Thank you.
Ah, there you are. Thank you for your assistance in... I'm gonna turn the camera away from that smoke there, Jeebus. Thank you for your assistance in the previous battle. I'd like to discuss your future if you have a moment. This is a good time to talk about your future. That's why you need good insurance. You need to be prepared. Imagine Edelgard just transitions into an insurance saleswoman from here. If you find yourself with no place to go after we accomplish our objective, I'm hoping we might hire you on with the Empire. I can promise you'll be handsomely paid, including the work you did today. So, what say you? No, Age of Calamity did, and it chugged the frame rate super hard, huh? I think I briefly tried out the split screen frame rate for Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't think I ever got the chance to try it with Age of Calamity, but I definitely believe it hearing that it chugged the frame rate. That's, yeah, that probably sounds about right there. But yeah, gonna turn that camera away from the smoke. You beside a campfire in real life? Yeah, if only it were, if only it were that easy. Why do you want to hire me? I'm not usually hired into service by people quite so high up in the food chain. Why the special attention? I value your talents now that you've had the ability to see it first. Now that I've had the ability to see it firsthand.
On another matter.
By the by, have you spoken with the others here in camp? If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit about the students in my own house, the Black Eagles. Man, this episode, when I cut this up into parts later and this camp bit becomes an episode, this one episode is gonna be like over an hour long, isn't it? My good
Well,
gracious.
You're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial
Unless I
throne,
can find a good
yes?
place to split it up into 2 parts. Like right now. Not right now. That'd be silly. I don't know if I will
suppose
or not.
admire that
We'll
sort
see.
of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
Well, it has been here for an hour already in the camp? Okay, I should probably find some way to cut this up into parts during the camp then. Because that's very long for one part, for like YouTube kind of stuff. That'll be an issue for future me, and by future me, I mean me later tonight, so I can start uploads tomorrow. Minor Crest of Saros, 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arts. That's interesting how it's not showing the Crest of Flames yet. Imbue attacks with fire, that's cool. I assume that means that it does more damage, right? And maybe there's just like enemies that are weak to fire? I don't know. Emperor's Prestige causes enemies that are guarding to nonetheless sustain 50% of calculated damage, and when in order to attack, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay, so like be a tank on the offensive there, essentially. Okay, Hubert.
Hubert of House Vestra is my attendant.
Oh, Hubert.
His family is unusual in that they're noble but lack territory of their own. Hubert is deeply loyal to me.
Yeah, I
can
know.
trust him completely. In fact, I imagine he's quite grateful for what you've already done.
Hope he doesn't stab me in the back a bunch like 3 houses. Let's see here. Gain a low chance to impale an attacked enemy with a magic spike. Additional attacks power up the spike. Press the R to detonate the spike and inflict dark damage based on power level. What? Perception keeps the stun gauge visible slightly longer. Oh. Officer's duty when ordered to guard reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Yeah, he'll be there to do what you order him to do. And hold down the fort
That's
and whatnot.
Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming
I don't know if I
songstress
ever heard
of the
Dorothea's last
Imperial
name.
Opera Company,
Unless I
or
just
she
forgot it.
was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see.
Yeah, I know. Gain a low chance to spawn musical notes around the unit when performing regular attacks. Attacking the notes triggers elemental shockwaves. So yeah, it seems like there is going to be the whole situation with like classes using the same movesets, but each character still having quite a bit of individuality with this whole situation here. Slightly restores surrounding allies HP and awakening gauges when the unit completes a warrior special. And center stage when ordered to seize increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay. Ferdinand Vaughn Ire.
Spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can. He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes.
Yeah, well, support ability is called Name Drop. Minor aggressive keyhole. 10% chance to land a critical hit with combat arts. So, some of them for the support have their unique ability from 3 houses. Some have, like, a different version of, like, the similar idea. At 300 hits and above, gain an increase in speed proportional to hit count. Name Drop level 1. You have to use Ferd. Oh, I'll be using Ferdinand for sure. Slightly restores the awakening gauge with each enemy commander defeated. I love how it's called Name Drop. Oh, man. When ordered to seize, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. Oh, my good gracious.
One of
There's
our
Bernie.
classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta.
Yeah, and that other JRPG that we played recently of Triangle Strategy, she was the voice actor of Hubert,
If you bump
who was
into
the
her,
Griffin
don't be
archer that I
surprised if she screams
relied
and
on a
runs away.
lot.
That's sort of her thing.
Hubert and Anna were my massive crutches in the Triangle Strategy playthrough. Which, for anybody tuning into this down the line that it might be interested in like another turn-based tactical strategy game on the channel that isn't Fire Emblem but similar to it, check out Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy was actually a lot of fun. 10% chance for a combat art to be ready again immediately after use. Interesting. Personal space. Press the R to create a zone of ice that increases critical hit rate. There's a long cooldown time. Persecution complex. When hit by enemy attack, grants a very low chance of temporarily increasing damage dealt to foes. Master of Concealment. When ordered to defend, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Wow. Wow. Better actually drop his name in when it activates. What? He says, I'm Ferdinand Vaughn Ire. I'm pretty sure in the trailer that introduced the Black Eagles characters for this game, I think he said I'm Ferdinand Vaughn Ire. I'm not 100% certain, but I think he did, at least.
The second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way. War and fighting are his sole pursuits, so I bet the two of you will get along just fine.
Alright, let's see here. 1 for the books. Hold the button when performing strong attacks and charge the attack, increasing attack range and damage dealt by 1 tier. Fists of Justice. That sounds like something that would... the name of a move that would be come up with by Arthur from Fire Emblem Fates. Slightly increases damage to the enemy stun gauges. Like, whenever I hear Justice, I always associate with Arthur from Fates. Man, I can't wait to start the Conquest Limit to Classic playthrough later this year. For Justice! Born Fighter, when ordered to seize, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay, interesting. Hello, Kraken. How are you doing today? Hellos! Yeah, Bernadetta's unique skills and plies should be very good for a tank build. Well, like, holding down the fort and, dealing big damage there. Maybe.
Which is an archipelago situated off our western coast.
Good to hear you're doing well. Gonna be playing any Three Hopes by chance?
A gifted fighter and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Let's see here. So we have Windstorm. Slightly increases evasion distance. Dodges inflict very minor wind damage. Oh! Slightly restores the awakening gauge with each critical hit. Okay. When ordered to attack, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. I'm liking the sound of Petra, for sure. And then we have Lin Hart here.
Surely you know someone like Lin Hart. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well. That's simply how he is.
Easy breezy is the name of his action.
Force him to apply himself, but he'll come around, most likely.
Let's see here. Minor Crest of Cephaline. 25% chance to slightly increase the healing power of recovery magic. Yeah, good old healer Lin Hart over here. Complete a final regular attack to spawn a pair of wind orbs in front of the unit. The orbs automatically attack in a narrow range. Huh. This is the same name as his unique skill from Three Houses, I'm fairly certain. Hello, Epic Sax Guide. I like the Dorothy emote there. Slightly increases how much HP the unit automatically recovers while inside an allied stronghold. Okay, so yeah, Lin Hart's probably also a good one to, like, hold down the fort and, like, heal up. Or to defend, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay, yeah, Lin Hart is definitely a healer to hold down the fort. For sure, I would say. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Easy, breezy, beautiful Lin Hart. Indeed. Well, okay, so that's the Black Eagles there. So let's see. Hi. Hey, Lin Hart, wake up! Look, I get that you're tired, but we're leaving at the crack of dawn, remember? The bandit attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... Ah, and who might you be? Keep it vague. Oh, I'm nobody really, just a passing traveler who got sucked into that whole bandit fight back there.
Yes, well...
Indeed. Well, I am Lin Hart, and it's just about time for me to go to sleep. Oh well.
Hello there.
We already talked about this. You can't sleep when we're going back to Garrick Mock so soon. Well, alright. Hi, Dorothea.
Oh, hello.
You must be the mercenary Adi told us about. I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Officers Academy, right? Well, pretty much all of this year's students from Black Eagle House are here at the moment. Well, except for Bernadetta, which is sadly typical. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea that we might be attacked in the woods. I can't believe she ended up being right. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to ramble. Has anyone ever told you you're surprisingly easy to talk to? Hi. Hi there.
What did you need?
Can't believe they talked me into going on this trip. It'll be fun, they said. Nothing ever happens. And then bam! Disaster and danger everywhere. Thought I was gonna die out there. I was swinging my spear at anything that got within range. And then some girl from Officers Academy showed up and led me to safety. I tell ya, kids these days are graceful and strong. Nothing like the useless punks from my day. Yeah, Dorothea's hat looks like Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've never actually seen that one, so I wouldn't know myself, but I will take your word for it. Oh, hi, Hubert. Ah, yes. You are the mercenary that we happened to cross.
My thanks.
While I harbor some reservations about you. The fact remains that you assisted Lady Edelgard, and for that, I offer my gratitude. What are your motives?
Sure.
And he liked that I questioned his motives. I'm not sure if that was a compliment or an insult. How about you explain these reservations to me?
Right.
Apologies if my gratitude did not shine through fully. As for the other matter, my thoughts are mine alone. Well, oh, typical for Hubert there.
How may I help you?
Look how reflective the armor is. Like, there is an aspect of the armor being reflective in the Three Houses, but I feel like it's more so here. Also, I'm noticing one of the exact same thingamabobs I noticed in Three Houses. Look on the helmet on the model, it's fully silver, and then the portrait, it's black. Like, what? Anyway, that was the exact same case in Three Houses. Probably the exact same case here, because they're using the same models in this case, but, you know, it's still OCD triggering, you know. Let's see here. Thank you for cooperating with the heads of the Three Houses. Seems like the class heads serve to... Oh, I thought the Xenoblade 3 special edition thing was loading for a second. It was just automatically refreshing. Gosh darn it. Seems like class heads serve as decoys to draw out most of the thieves before finding an opportunity to flee. Oops, no, I just opened up the multi-tab view. No, go back to the waiting room thing, Bob. But yeah, I've never actually played Persona 5 myself. I'll play the Persona titles one day. Yeah, that's Felix in a nutshell. Thanks to that, the others managed to hold fast with only light injuries. Still, it would have been tragic had any of the heads been seriously injured, or worse. I'm just grateful for all your help. Thanks, man. Alright, and we have the golden deer over here. Fear the deer. Hey, you're a new face. Are you a student from one of the other houses? You must be the mercenary that we've been hearing so much about. What was your name again? I'll tell my name. Yeah, I'm Harmonia. Good to meet you. What house are you guys with?
No problem.
We're in Claude's house, the Golden Deer. We're just regular old common folk. Due to the nature of Leicester, we have more students from the commoners class than the other houses. I'd imagine you're a commoner yourself, what with being a mercenary and all. I guess so. Hi there, Lysithea, or however bazillion different ways they pronounce it. Yeah, I'll definitely play it one day for sure. Oh,
Hello.
you're that mercenary everyone's talking about. Harmonia, was it? You're not attempting to curry favor with children of the nobility in pursuit of some nefarious claim, are you? Yeah, there's like a Persona 5 Scramble. I know nothing about it, but I've heard the music of it. Like, I've gone through the whole OST, adding things to my phone playlist and my stream playlist. Man, the music of that game is real good. Nuxithea, keep her guessing. Nah, I was just helping out some strangers. Still, it's always good for a merc to have folks like that in her debt. I see. And do you think our mercenary friend is someone worthy of trust, Marianne? What? Me? I'm
busy.
Well, either way, we need to be going. We're busy. Okay. Okay, then. Is it now? One day I shall play it myself and know these things. Oh, hey, are you the mercenary who helped Claude out of that little jam? I heard you're super strong, so I was kind of picturing you as one of those huge bodybuilders or something. Keep it business. Sorry, but what you see is what you get.
What?
Ouch, ice cold. Probably thinking how much of a pain I am, right? Oh, come on, I'm just joking. Pretty easy to talk to, so I couldn't help myself. Anyways, thanks for helping Claude out. No problemo. Yeah, I've heard so much about the Three Houses at this point. Do you know about the Three Houses at the Officers Academy? I only ask because you seem a little bit dense. No offense. Anyway, you've got the Black Eagle House, which is home to the folks from the Justinian Empire. Then there's the Blue Lion House, which is made up of individuals from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
What are your thoughts?
And finally, there's the Golden Deer House, which is people from the Leicester Alliance. Yeah, that. Lysithea's English voice actor voiced whatever that is in Teenage Robot. Is that the name of the main character? I only saw that show like once or twice. I don't remember a whole lot about it. Peko Yama in Danganronpa, a name that I've heard but I know nothing about there. Yeah, you might not be too impressed to hear that we're kind of going after Geralt and Byleth there. Hey, aren't you that merc who helped out Claude and the others?
So,
I'm actually gunning to become a mercenary myself. That's why I enrolled at the Officers Academy. Sure. Okay, that then. In that case, I hope we end up working together. Hey, thanks. I'll give it all I got.
do it.
I'm going to work myself to the bone so I can be just as strong as the captain someday. I was honestly thinking about raining on her parade there because she looks up to the figure who's our kind of enemy, when she should be looking up to us as a mercenary instead, you know? But yeah, do you know about the 3 houses of the Officers Academy? I don't know, actually. Lords Helm and Gloucester. It must be the famed mercenary of the woods who stepped in unbidden to aid Claude. As the noble representative of the Leicester Alliance, I must offer you my thanks. Shrug him off. Whatever you say, pal. See you around. Oh! The page loaded! Just now! Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh, it loaded on my desktop too! Yo! Whoa, wait here. Wait just a moment. If you are indeed a mercenary, then you should hope to gain influence with me. After all, I'm Lord Helm and Gloucester. Oh my goodness, I've been on this freaking... Well, dang, I just powered off my monitor. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I've been waiting to be on this page, like all of today. And I can't even pre-purchase it right now. Gosh dang, the site isn't even working right now. Gosh freaking darn it. You want to see what I'm looking at right now? Look at this. Bam. The page finally loaded. And I can't even. I'm successfully logged in. There was a time earlier today it wasn't even letting me log in. I can't even. The heart thing doesn't even work. Oh, it was thinking, no, it doesn't work. The page still doesn't work because of the traffic, I guess. The moment I scroll, it turns off the heart. Or, it's weird. The My Nintendo Store is currently undergoing maintenance. Please check back soon and thank you for your understanding. The item limit reached 1. It's sold out. No, it's been saying this literally all day. I think the site just isn't working correctly in general, is the thing. So they put up this little maintenance thing, Bob. Like, I was on this page right when it went up this morning at like 9 a.m. was the thing. And I had the option to click pre-purchase, but it just didn't do anything at all. The button just didn't work. And then I started getting like the waiting list thing, Bob. And then I got back to this page where I could click pre-purchase again, but it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't let me log in at all. And then back to the waiting thing, Bob. It's just been this back and forth like all of today is a thing. The mobile version, yeah, it's the same thing on mobile here. It's the same thing there. It seems like the same grayed out thing. Seems like. So you got the PS5. They're both grayed out, and they both say item limit reached. So I'm not logged in on mobile. Is the thing. Can I log into my account on mobile, or is it gonna be weird and it's gonna like boot me out? No, it's weird and it boots me out. Essentially, if you want to see like how it's actually been here all day, because I was out and about today. I wasn't at home for most of today. If I switch to like full cam for, why is it that camera? This camera, not the Dogi cam that doesn't even have the Dogi right now. All right, you want to see what I've been dealing with today? Wow. Load up. So you need to be logged in to buy one of these things. So there's the little account symbol down there. So I scroll down here and there's login. So I click login and there's a bunch of Fire Emblem Fates stuff there. And it's like Harmonia and I click OK. And then I'm just back here. It just doesn't do anything there. Sign up doesn't do anything either. Sign up just navigates you back. Like the site just does not work today is the thing. Whoops, this is the wrong layout. Thingamabob. This is the right layout thingamabob. So, I don't know if I should just, you know, refresh the page and go back on the waiting list again and hope that it's working by the time that I get in again or something. So, like, I'm gonna have to refresh here at some point anyway. Yeah, Apple, I'm plugging it in so it doesn't die. Is the thing. So, like, they put up this little maintenance thingamabob. Probably because of, like, the sheer amount of traffic and the site constantly going down and not working. So, like, you know. Wow, let's put a heart on it. Wow. So, yeah, the website just straight up does not work right now, is the thing. Their website does not work. I think it's specifically because of Xenoblade. They have not, like... they announced that the special edition was gonna be a thing, and then went silent for months. And then announced yesterday that the special edition was finally going to be available, and it's only exclusively on the My Nintendo Store here. Previous special editions have been available at like various different retailers, as typically happens, but they're doing this weird thing for Xenoblade 3 special edition, where it's exclusive to the My Nintendo Store. So this is the only place that you can currently purchase Xenoblade Chronicles 3 special edition, and after months of not being able to get it, it was only just made available today. And now the site isn't working, and apparently there's a lot of people trying to get it and whatnot, and, you know, the site still isn't working. There was one person I was talking to in the Discord server who was concerned that they wouldn't be able to order it like once back up since they're in the EU and they were gonna be asleep. And I said, like, tell you what, I can give you a call on Discord when it's back up. I don't think this counts. Like, I got in through the waiting list, but the site itself is still not functioning. It's still not possible to purchase the thingamabob. So, like, if I refresh this, oh, we're back here again. But it's probably gonna stay grayed out, isn't it? But I'm no longer on the waiting list thingamabob. What if I refresh on mobile? I like the camp music here that we're listening to in the meantime. Okay, if I refresh on mobile, I'm back to the waiting list thing. It just looks like a white screen when I hold it up to the camera there. But I'm back to the waiting list there. I'm so confused. Also, speaking about Xenoblade 3, gosh, yeah, whatever. Well, we'll see about this. We'll see about this later, I guess, or something. We'll see if it's working later. Also, speaking about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get a special edition. Like, even if I order one off of the My Nintendo store, it said like the special edition contents might only arrive in like fall or something like that. So who knows how long it's gonna take. I said after the 24-hour charity stream that I was gonna do like a giveaway of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Was the thing, because I wanted to get like a standard copy so I could play it day one and then like get the special edition whenever I get the special edition, essentially. So I'll give away like, you know, my initial copy there, as long as somebody's, you know, willing to wait a little bit past launch. I've kept on forgetting to do that. I could do it right now before we forget, is the thing. I would have to check, the total donations for the charity event to figure that out. Louis told me all about what happened. Thank you for assisting the past sets. Anything happened to the students, we would have all paid in heartache and worse. Remind me of the previous term when a student who returned home from the academy went missing and... forgive me, I'm rambling. Well then, should I do that really quickly? Really quickly? Since we've already put, like, this on hold to ramble about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for a little bit here. Hold on. I gotta check, like... stream elements, I believe the thingamabob was that we used for the revenue there. If I log in here, connect with Twitch, and I go to Streamlabs to make like a wheel of fun. Let's see here. It's so white, so bright white. And then a revenue, because I was saying I still have the layout for the yeah, I still have this. It was like all donors will be entered in the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 giveaway, and then like extra entry for every 10 is what I was saying. Okay. Okay, where's the revenue history then? So let's write this. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff all over the place. I should probably just add this up a different time for like a different stream edition. Maybe that I was thinking about potentially doing it for when we stream Mario and Luigi for the next time, the Bowser's Minions thingamabob. Yeah, because there's especially like all this back and forth from Azzy and Puppy Cam that would take like a lot of adding up to find whatever their totals are. We'll do that for a future upcoming stream then. I have not forgotten. I don't want anyone to think that I've forgotten that thingamabob. All right, well, I'm back in the waiting room again. We'll see if by the time I'm in, if the site actually functions properly. Here's hoping.
Thanks.
Hey, friend, appreciate what you did back there. We've been in a world of hurt without you. Oh, and regarding compensation, Alois told me not to pay you personally. I guess they want to handle it as a church thing. Sorry about that. Tell Alois. You sure I can trust this Alois guy?
Of course.
Yeah, guess I shouldn't expect you to have faith in any random stranger who walks by. In any event, you helped us out, and everyone's extremely grateful for it. Speaking of which, have you talked with the others here at camp? I can tell you a little bit about the students in my Golden Deer house. Let's see here.
I'm more curious about you personally.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Have anything better to do? I'd be glad to have you join us at Garrett Mock.
Maybe that's where the story will go. I don't know. Let's see here. Minor Crest of Regan, 15% chance to recover own HP when landing a combat art. Okay. Imbue attacks with wind. Yeah, it is wind after all. Leader's Acumen slightly increases the awakening gauge fill rate when attacking enemies launched into the air. And Foresight, what are you, Mithra? When ordered to defend, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay, interesting. Let's see here.
Have you met him yet? At first, I thought he was real serious and persnickety. But that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him chatting up every girl in the monastery.
Let's see here. Minor Crest of Gloucester. 20% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by offensive magic. Rondo of Roses. Attacking fills the unique ability gauge, while nullifying an enemy attack decreases it. When the gauge is full, press ZR to draw in foes a short distance away. Okay. Distinguished House. When a battalion is deployed, slightly increases the awakening gauge fill rate. Noble Duty. When ordered to guard, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay. Hilda.
Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up, which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her.
Let's see here. A minor crest of Gonril, 10% chance to land a critical hit with combat arts. Lightning Bound. Hold the button during strong attacks to slightly increase damage and add lightning. While charging, enemies a short distance away will be drawn in. Oh! Okay, Advocate. When the unit's adjutant is a member of the opposite sex, slightly increases adjutant gauge fill rate and slightly increases damage dealt by adjutant follow-ups. Interesting. Wait, did I turn off my chat at some point? Okay, I just turned it off and on again, and now it's on there. Sometimes Streamlabs is all weird. Yeah, not wrong. I won't deny it. When order to seize, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay. Raphael.
He's a pretty friendly guy. Though it'd be nice if he talked about something other than muscles.
He does. Food.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. He's had it pretty rough.
Yeah, so I think it's going to work like the original Fire Emblem Warriors with the pair-up system in that, except being adjutants in this. Pure Brawn. Charge a power-up attacks for a set period. Attacks will strengthen up to 2 tiers based on the number of charges. Goodie Basket. Slightly increases the damage dealt to foes for a period of time after collecting recovery items. That's a very niche specific thing that I probably wouldn't use a whole lot. Unbending Spirit. When ordered to guard, reduce damage received from enemies by 30%. So he's about holding down the fort. In that case there. Scythia.
Ever treat her like a child.
It's only showing one crust for her right now.
And she nearly took my head off. But she's clearly the youngest out of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble.
I wonder if the Death Knight is going to be in this game. I would imagine so, right? Minor Crest of Charon. Or Char, I don't even know. 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arts. Cursed Expulsion. Enemies sent flying, explode, and deal dark damage to a narrow area. Press the R to draw in spellbound enemies. Can be used again after a cooldown. Unsought Power. Slightly restores the Awakening and Warrior gauges when activating crests. Okay, yeah, her thingamabob would need to be different than in regular 3 houses. Oh yeah, that would be a connection there to Dark Spikes, huh? Oh, that you mentioned. Order to attack increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Huh. Interesting. Ignatz.
Ignatz likes the great outdoors.
Yeah, and art.
More than the rest of us, anyway.
Hmm.
He's the second son of a merchant.
Yeah, so
Says he wants to be a knight. He doesn't really seem suited for it, though.
Edelgard also only had one displayed crest, so I guess later in the game they'll probably have a the second crest like expressed there. Send enemies flying to splatter the ground with a small amount of paint. Enemies that step in the paint incur elemental damage matching its color. What is this, Splatoon? My goodness gracious. Watchful Eye slightly increases the critical hit rate of strong attacks, and Heart's Desire. When ordered to seize, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. Okay, Marianne.
Oh, Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her. She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me.
Let's see here. Minor Mystery Crest level 1. Maybe in possession of an unknown crest. Because it was like the whole weird thing with like the Beast Crest or whatever it was in 3 houses. That I don't quite remember. But yeah, that's true though. 3 houses didn't show up for second crest until after she told you, so you figured 3 houses is doing something similar here. Guess not though. I mean, it might be. It might well be. Snow Slip. At 300 hits and above, spawn falling ice orbs that deal damage to foes at intervals proportional to hit count. Admiral Friend. When the unit, their adjutant, or surrounding ally is mounted, slightly restores HP at regular intervals. Huh. So yeah, definitely gonna want to put Marianne on a horse like way down the line and whatnot. When ordered to defend, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. And then finally, Leonie.
A mercenary. I bet you two would have lots to talk about.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're both pretty frank too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is.
My phone on the side here and this little waiting thing for Xenoblade 3, it's just flashing weirdly from time to time and kind of bugging out, honestly. Let's see here. Careful Study. Allows the unit to string together 2 times the normal number of regular attacks. Based on the number of consecutive hits, speed will increase and the final regular or strong attack will strengthen. Okay, Rivalry. When an ally of the opposite sex is nearby or is the unit's adjutant, slightly increases the warrior gauge fill rate. Okay. Makings of a merc. When ordered to attack, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. Looks like Dawn's almost here. Yeah, we sure did wind up being here a while, weren't we? Is there a dash? Oh, there is. Good. Very good. Ah, Harmonia. Have you spoken with the house leaders yet?
That's concerning.
What? You're leaving? But that won't do.
If I'm honest.
Actually, I was hoping I could ask something of you. Would you hear me out? No. Okay.
If I'm honest.
Okay.
My sincere apologies for asking this of you.
A little bit of
I'm
lag.
heading for Remire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but, well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garrigmach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that exactly?
Because you've done us a great service and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you. At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church. We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that. And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone. So you see why we must ensure you are well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign, perhaps in blood.
This sounds more like hush money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I'd just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy. Well, what do you think? Garrigmach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be, but this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
Except that you have no choice and agree to go of your own volition. So it does. I was about to say, is this going to be like an actual choice that changes the story? No, you actually do have to go, but you can change your attitude about it. That's an interesting idea there. Like in Fire Emblem Three Houses, when you first go to Garrigmach as Byleth, Rhea's like totally enamored with you because you know that you're the one that has Sothis and whatnot. So she like absolutely adores and pampers you and whatnot because like, oh yeah, Sothis is back and whatnot. But Arvel here, on the other hand, she might not be all that kind towards Arvel. So that would be definitely a big change of pace compared to Three Houses if that wound up happening. I'll let go of my own volition.
I guess I'm not opposed to helping out a little more. I'll come with you to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are.
Seems like the frame rate might be dipping a little
I'd
bit.
say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
It's dipping a little bit, but, you know, if you're gonna sacrifice either the resolution or the frame rate, like, you can make arguments for both, but the resolution of this does look pretty nice.
Alois, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are simply too painful to bear. While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Told me what?
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man can pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it. There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garrigmach. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add. I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us. But, well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business. The knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
I'll stand by my decision.
I see this as just another chance to better myself.
You are more gracious than I. But as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
I just got a text from my cousin who's also trying to follow the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 page, and he just told me, well, I almost got it before the store died again. So I wonder if it loaded up for him as well, but he actually had the option to buy it, but the store died before he could, or something. Also, me and him have kind of come to an agreement that if it goes up briefly enough for either of us, that because you're able to order 2, like each Nintendo account is able to order 2 at most, that either one of us should just order 2 and then both of us are covered, potentially. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Thanks.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey, hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind.
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance. I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
Is this gonna be like 3 houses where I can reflect on all of them? Reflect on Edelgard?
Seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries.
Dimitri?
It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people.
And Claude.
Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately?
Yeah, Byleth's impression in 3 houses was a little bit deeper.
Still, you'd better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Okay, interesting. And yeah, I think Dimitri goes to the same barber as Min Min does.